Salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Fly on Deep Space Nine, where the stars don't lie. Sisko's new in town, but he's making his stand, with Bayor's fate resting in his hands. The Cardassians left, but the scars remain. Now it's Sisko's turn to ease the pain. Kira's fighting hard for Bayor's rights, while Odo's keeping order through the station nights. So grab your snacks, the wormhole's near. The prophets are calling, the future's clear. Season 1 is where it all begins. On Saturdays we're diving in. We're watching DS9 on a Saturday, from the station's rough start to the skies far away. Sisko's finding his path, holding the line, keeping Baywar safe on Deep Space Nine. So tune in, grab a seat with the crew. Every Saturday there's a new adventure too. From Baywar to the wormhole, mysteries unfold on Deep Space Nine, where stories are bold. Quark scheming down at the promenade, with Dax by Sisko's side like an old facade. Basher's green but eager, learning the ropes, while O'Brien's fixing things, keeping up the hopes. The Bajoran people, lost but strong, rebuilding their home where they belong. The prophets are watching, their voices unknown, but Sisko's got the vision to make this place his own. The Defiant's not here, but the journey's begun. With the crew all in place, they're working as one. It's Saturday night, and we're locked in tight, watching Deep Space Nine take flight. We're watching DS9 on a Saturday, from the station's rough start to the skies far away. Sisko's finding his path, holding the line, keeping Baywar safe on Deep Space Nine. So tune in, grab a seat with the crew. Every Saturday there's a new adventure too. From Baywar to the wormhole, mysteries unfold on Deep Space Nine, where stories are bold. It's early days and the tensions rise, Cardassian schemes still in disguise. But with every episode the crew grows strong. We're watching it unfold where we all belong. The emissary's journey, it's only just begun, with Kira and Odo working under the Bajoran sun. So gather round, let the episodes play on DS9, we're here to stay. We're watching DS9 on a Saturday, from the station's rough start to the skies far away. Sisko's finding his path, holding the line, keeping Baywar safe on Deep Space Nine. So tune in, grab a seat with the crew. Every Saturday there's a new adventure too. From Baywar to the wormhole, mysteries unfold on Deep Space Nine, where stories are bold. So here we are, in Season 1's light, exploring new worlds every Saturday night. From Quark's bar to the Bajoran sky, we're watching Deep Space Nine, flying high.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Star Trek Deep Space Nine, where you just got a sneak peek at a new new song I just created with the help of a little AI help there, but apparently they can't pronounce Bajor right. But anyhow, with me I got Sci-Fi Cynthia. How are you doing?
So alive and kicking, not dead yet.
Oh, that's good to hear. And since our lovely fucking StreamYards here likes to delete the first comments before they come into the chat, I want to say hello to Snortopoopas Cuber. He goes, "How humans and other critters?" They say hi to me. And hey, Admiral Teague, welcome. He says, "Tune in for another exciting episode of Star Trek." Yes, real good. Then here we go. Sit there and say hello there to German. And he say hello to everybody. There. Everybody say. And here is the link for Cosby here. To watch along, I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Dun, dun, dun. This is an episode I actually forgot about. Yeah, I forgot the ambassadors. Poor Bashir. Yeah, what a bitch.
She sounds some pompously privileged, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's not a very good diplomat. Oh, and hey, Resolute Germ, how you doing? Yeah. Bashir has to learn how to fucking lie.
That actor looks familiar. Was he on Voyager? A few Voyager episodes too. The one that plays the Vulcan.
More than likely. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
When there's tension between the blue one and the female diplomat, man, they probably should just kiss and make up or get a room together.
Oh no, she's just a bitch. She's one of those ladies that's been divorced 8 times. Yeah. You forget. You forgot. Yeah. Well, you're forgetting you're dealing with the Ferengi. He's forgetting he's dealing with an ambassador. Yeah. That's the equivalent of grabbing a person by the nuts. There, grabbing a Ferengi by the ear.
If this is the one I'm thinking of, is she pregnant in this episode? She probably sees it in court.
Dude, Odo's brilliant here. Is that a compliment or an insult?
Probably both. And here's the part of the episode right here.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy's like, oh shit. That's a violation of his Fourth Amendment. Yeah.
Well, tell me, well, Odo, he knows how to bend the rules or outright break them sometimes to get what he wants.
Well, maybe sure. Maybe the Federation. Well, that's a Bajoran station, so I guess maybe the the right to unreasonable searches and seizures doesn't apply there. So
It's always
uh,
it's always the little details and everything that always makes it work.
yeah, I wonder who our duck is.
Well, he is from the U.S.
Yeah, maybe it's Germ.
Well, I gotta say that they sure are sitting duck in the theater.
Yeah. I love this intro.
And with all your humming, now you copyrighted this live stream.
Nah, not even close. Yeah. And they wonder why they have so much shit blow up.
Oh, Brian and the station always has
Yeah.
a good rivalry with each other for the first few seasons. It sure seems like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the chief's pissed. They're overworking.
Oh, now the captain is pissed or commander's pissed. You can hear it in his voice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, don't use the bitch. Do not use that bitch. In other words, get the fuck out of ops. Uh,
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. So Sisko does not care for diplomats or politicians, for that matter, even though he is one.
He's not a diplomat or a politician. He's a Starfleet commander.
And they have to be trained to be diplomats,
Well,
which is essentially
his duty is to delegate.
hence negotiate, which is what a politician does too, as well.
I wonder if she can read Odo's thoughts.
I think that's why she finds him intriguing. She probably can't, or she can. We're about ready to find out.
Can't. Hey, here, Odo. I'll put it in simple for you. She wants you to bend her over your console station there, over your station.
Or she wants you to develop a nice little rod for her to sit on. Oh boy. Oh no, you better find a way out of there, oh no.
Yeah.
There you go, Odo. Yep, she's a cougar for sure.
Yeah. I wonder what they're scanning. Oh, hey, positive. How's it going?
Blah.
Ah, I got the Cosby link there for we're watching Deep Space Nine here.
Okay, no problem, no.
Yeah.
And you just missed the favorite part where Odo was trying to fend off Deanna Troy's mother. Just outright say that she's infatuated with you, Odo.
Cisco's enjoying this. Odo apparently never had to deal with the woman there. Yeah. Uh,
In other words, what?
yeah.
Now Odo is in a game of cat and mouse with the ambassador. Oh boy!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy!
Yeah. Hey,
Welcome,
Admiral, how's it
another,
going?
Man,
welcome to another exciting episode of Star Trek.
yes,
Yeah.
and Admiral on deck. And I gotta say, Quark's probably enjoying this too, with the ambassador going after Odo.
Yeah, well, it's got Odo distracted.
Oh boy! Now they're stuck.
Oh, he's fucked. Uh-oh, he's stuck to Laxwana. Yeah.
In other words, Odo, you're trapped with a cougar in the same area.
I am just searching for the Cosme link.
You could go to my channel too. It's in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you can have Gorilla try to repeat it inside his chat.
What?
The Cosby link origin.
Oh.
Because Tegan can't find it.
I got it.
There you go.
Here.
This is one of their weirdest sound environments. Except Kira, she is working out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit! This is a pivotal episode. This episode negates all of Picard season 3. This is episode 4 or 5, isn't it?
No, this is season 1, episode 17, or yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
17.
Okay. That's just about the end of season 1 because it's not. I don't think it's a full 22 seasons. 22
20
episodes rather.
episodes.
Here's the deal. This is Majel Barrett. She
Yeah.
has said some things that, well, she's Luxana Troy. She's Deanna Troy's mom. And she's already told Odo that she cannot read his thoughts or his emotions or feel any feelings from him whatsoever. Betazoids cannot sense changelings. And in Picard season 3, the plot is based on the fact that the Betazoids are sensing the changelings.
Is that a good retcon or a bad retcon then?
It's not a retcon, it's sloppy fucking research. They could have easily had the same plot with just a different thing driving it forward. It's like they put that in the center of the plot by mistake as a joke when they accidentally threw their show off story. It was just done to put down all men.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
likes to talk.
No, it's because she can't read his mind.
Yeah.
She likes to talk, but she's more into like jumping into people's heads, especially if you've had that ceremony with her where she can read your mind completely.
I have just to say, this probably is going to be an Odo-centric episode where Odo learns how to deal with a woman, or especially a cougar that's coming after him, huh?
She's done this to every authority figure in the Next Generation world, but yeah, I mean, first of all, I hope my wife looks that good at 65. You know, I'd be okay with that, but is she talking about Picard?
You see Odo going, please let this be over with already, please, in his eyes.
Yeah, he's just like, will you just shut the fuck up? Yeah.
Tell me, has she aged gracefully, or did they just give the actress a lot of makeup to wear for this episode?
She had a lot of surgery and a flattering gown that was like had her cased up like a sausage. It's like now I babysit a whole planet of fucking infants.
Yeah.
Oh boy. No, but you're getting a very
I of
malicious
course
idea.
gave her roofies and helped him out.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for that probe thing.
Well, are you saying that you want to get probed, Gorilla?
You got to take your hat off to the ASMR for the ops. It doesn't sound totally like Starfleet technology. There's other shit going on because it's mostly Cardassian.
Uh, uh,
They're realizing it sounds just like Waxwana. Because the voice of the computer is trapped in the Majel Barrett is the computer, and she's also Loxwana Troy. That's why they're having computer problems while she's on the episode. She's doing a lot of the work in this. Most of this episode is Majel Barrett. He's gonna say he recognized the voice. We're starting to get into that trope of torturing Miles. He's got a 3-year-old. He knows exactly what he's talking about, Sisko, you idiot. You're both fathers. This is such a weird way for Terry Farrell to play Dax. She just gets rid of this after the season.
Gets rid of what, Admiralty?
Her sort of like injecting Valium and acting like Spock sort of delivery and attitude, and her sort of oxygen deprived, disconnected, dispassionate, sort of disconnected logic, where she was supposedly playing this very, very old and wise being in the body of like a hot 28-year-old. They're like, just be a hot 28-year-old. They had to like snap out of it and tell themselves they were wrong.
Well, tell me, was the actress a experienced actress when she took on the role, or was she a new actress that came out of modeling and she just mirrored
She was in
her,
a bunch of movies. She's in Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield.
Either she's trying to copy Spock in her performance, and then the crew and the directors and producers said, "Don't do that anymore," and create your own take on it.
It's a lot more like this. It's like we have a situation where Waxwana Troy and other characters have played this wise being, right? Just kind of a wise being. And what they tried to do is like, they're like, let's have a Spock type character and make it a hot chick. That'll work. And they do it again with DePaul, and it does work. But it doesn't work with Terry Farrell because she's not convincing as a detached, scientific, unconcerned, passionless doctor type professorial character. She's more passionate. She's more vibrant. And as you can see, she's just very calm and very almost delivering things like the same way the computer does. It's like a TED Talk.
So in other words, you're saying she becomes more like a wife for Worf to have in the later seasons. Very emotional.
They have to change it way before Worf shows up. This is by 3 or 4 episodes from now, she's going to start acting more like in a way that makes sense. Is this guy a Romulan or a Vulcan?
Vulcan. Because Romulans were not in the Federation yet, so it's either a Vulcan or a deeply undercover Romulan.
That's the problem with Vulcans, right?
Well, Vulcans and Romulans are roughly the same, just they have a different skin tone, I think they do, don't they?
No. They're evolving separately on different planets.
But only for 1,800 years, not enough for anything to happen. That's only like 9 Vulcan generations. It was just because the
generations were every 25 years.
Vulcans and Romulans lived 200 to 300 years. 200 on average.
So it'd be like a different generation every 50 years.
9 living generations is 1,800 years, right?
Yeah.
Yes, roughly.
I realize that by the time generation 0 is 30 to 50, there will have generation 1, and then generation 1 will be having generation 2 when generation 0 reaches 60. But that's, at 200, generation 5 becomes your generation 2 for the hypothetical here. It's 9 average Vulcan lifetimes. It's not enough time for evolution, is just my point.
Yeah.
Even if
Tamara,
you go 21
well,
generations, that's just not enough.
well, Teague, the thing is, do Vulcans have kids when they're older, or similar to what humans do when they're in late 20s, early 30s, or do they have them when they're
based on Star Trek 3, Spock starts going through Ponfar at like the same age as a human goes through puberty. Therefore, before there was any laws or any logic, Vulcans were having children teenage years, just like humans were. Therefore,
Hey, Bill, how's it
probably
going?
Vulcans.
Yeah,
Spock was only supposed to be 28. Sorry. What are you doing? I'm doing Star Trek with Gorilla today, and then I'm going over to my show.
Yeah.
Because I do every Star Trek show I can get on.
Yeah.
I will beg. I made Gorilla see stars. I turned on my camera and danced naked. He made me do it. It was excellent phone sex, just like RFK and that reporter lady.
Yeah. And apparently you're a sellout.
Aren't we getting up at like an obscenely early hour tomorrow to watch the Jet game from London? I mean, what's up with that? I need to talk to you later, Bill.
Yeah.
You'll
he's not quite a sellout. I still can't get him to watch Discovery with me.
I've seen every episode of Discovery.
Yeah.
Well, I'll come to that watch party on this channel. I'm just never watching it on mine again. I'll give you the best play-by-play you've ever had. I know me and JT will come together for that one, man. We'll show up. We will beam over. JT has a special hatred for Star Trek Discovery. I've never seen someone get so impassioned.
Well, just mention to Jedi to Outlaw Bill, the Alkalite from Star Wars, and he'll really hate you for that.
He really did a good job of getting most of that anger out of him, but yes.
That's a lot of circuits for that area.
They're isolinear chips, and this is a really good job. Oh, so they're isolinear tubes because they're Cardassian. See how she's just kind of saying things rather than acting? Do you believe that that's Dax, or do you believe that Terry Farrell is standing there trying to do things and not succeeding,
I don't know. Hey, check private chat. Who's that gal that we never see again? Oh, shit.
I think one mistake they made was not giving the Trill any other characteristics or explaining why there are two kinds of Trill.
Yeah.
Well, like, if you're a great Trill, like an Einstein Trill, does your Trill gland then grow into, like, you know what I mean, symbiont form, and then, like, we transplant you into the next Trill?
Yeah.
Or is there, like, a whole nother species on the same planet, and they're like, if we implant these people into our stomachs, we'll be fine? That was cool.
Yeah. What the
A
fuck's
bipolar torch?
What the fuck's
This
a
one?
bipolar torch? Is it like a torch with
a gay guy on death row?
No. It's the bipolar. So it's a torch one day. It's sad, then all of a sudden it's like overexcited the next. It goes from back and forth.
It blows hot and cold. It acts out sexually. Speaking of which, look at Terry Farrell. Do you think Mickey Rourke, her fiance, came to the set and freaked people out? Yeah, she's not even doing a voice yet. The Dax voice is coming and going. Listen to her.
Yeah.
All right, it's a TNG episode. See how she got like 3 different types of delivery in this conversation?
Yeah,
Odo does not
Odo's
look
like,
very good.
yeah.
He's starting
Well,
to
he's trying
melt.
to hold himself together. He's trying to hold himself together because he doesn't like shifting in front of people. Plus, he doesn't have his bucket.
It's like it's like farting in front of a pretty girl.
Yeah, that's how you know it's true love.
We never see Odo really have this problem to this extent again.
Yeah, we do. We see him have trouble.
Do we?
Yeah,
I
in
think
Inferno
this is like the
Fight.
last time they
Inferno Fight.
I think we blow it off a lot so that he can stay solid and get things done, and then all of a sudden he has a problem. It's like it's a little weird, but yes. Okay. I haven't watched as much Deep Space Nine as the other Star Treks. But I think this was a very important scene for the people who made this episode and who made this show, because we're going to have one of the first ever Star Trek characters designed after Gene Roddenberry was born go into the lap of the wife and first lady of Star Trek, revealed look to be herself here. Wow. We only have seen that in the cage. It's a wow.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. We got 2. Yeah, it's Jordy saying hello to Bill, and he goes, "You can unhighlight my comment now." Oh, sorry. I might have accidentally just left it up.
The birth metaphor here is like palpable, man. This is all Freudian stuff.
God, it sounds like he's trying to he's trying to hold back ejaculating too soon.
We didn't give anybody an easy role in this episode at all, including the CGI rendering guy. But look, look where he ends up.
Yeah.
The favorite spot for any man, huh?
Well, no, I'm just like, it's Majel Barrett, and she's Gene Roddenberry's wife, and he's the father of Star Trek. And these are new characters that he didn't design on a new show, the first Star Trek show that has nothing to do with Gene. So we put these new characters into like her womb, like had her cradle these new creations in her arms. It's beautiful if you love Star Trek. I cried the first time I saw that. Not just because the CGI was bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
That piece of cardboard I wouldn't walk through before is out of the way now.
Yeah.
It had a human-sized hole in it, you dick.
Yeah.
They're probably hiding in another side room right here.
We are feeling the strain of trying to break in the B crew, right? Everybody who's good is doing Star Trek The Next Generation, and it's just like these people are just like, figure out how to do Star Trek. Go do it.
Yeah. Holy crap, a compliment from a Vulcan?
They all had sex or something. I mean, it's too weird.
Do you
What, did
really
they
want to
mind
know?
meld with them?
Do you really want to know the answer to that, Emeraldy?
The answer is that Julian had sex with with Kira before and after the filming of this scene because they get married. They're acting like they just had sex too. What could be more respectful than what they just did? They tried to give it up to Gene. They brought Majel Barrett on. They featured the computer.
Tell me, was Gene did Gene pass away before or after the show started to air?
Way before.
He passed away in '93, I believe.
No, way before. Like more like 92, 91 even.
No, I'm pretty sure it was '93. Here in a sec, I'm very.
1991. In fact, October 24th, 1991. So he makes it into like season 3 of Star Trek: The Next Generation. He's not around. This show is like 1994.
Yeah, no, he died right after the screening of Star Trek 6, and he hated it so bad it just made his heart stop.
I mean,
yes, because he lived long enough to denounce Star Trek 5 to try to redefine Star Trek 5 a few times.
I mean, the reason why I was asking is because, from what I hear, he hated the DS9 concept. So was he alive to see it, or was he passed away?
I'm pretty sure that Deep Space. Here's the deal: Deep Space Nine was an idea that the network probably wanted from the beginning because they're like, why do you have to go to a new planet? Why do we have to invent a new special effects? Why do we have to go places? And he's like, because it's called Star Trek, not Star Stay-at-Home Vacation. And they're like, we want to try Star Staycation. And he's like, no. So like when he dies, the only thing that people have an appetite for is like, well, we know if we do Star Trek, the Never Leave the Ship show, we'll save a lot of money. This was always like low budget, high drama Star Trek. Till Next Generation goes away.
Yeah.
Shave your head and grow a goatee, and I'll have some respect for you, you irresolute loser.
Yeah.
This is the Star Trek show that takes the longest to get going. She's not sure what she's doing either in this half-conceived character hived off of Ensign Rowe.
Yeah.
It's amazing how far they bring these characters.
Yeah.
Listen to Dax's voice carefully. It changes continuously.
Yeah.
What's the name of this episode?
She's just speaking words.
No, we cannot highlight your comment now, Outlaw Bill.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what the hell?
Hey, I don't know if anybody's a football fan, but Bama just got beat by Vandy today. Number one Alabama just got beat by Vanderbilt.
I don't give a shit. The Mets won. Wow. Best Mets game in
Mets,
about 38 years.
Yeah, and let's hear.
I like the Yankees personally, but can the Mets get one?
Oh, what the heck happened to their ship?
Time travel, I'm guessing, because they said like it shouldn't have been gone or it came back early.
Yeah, but he said victory. So obviously they had some kind of fight.
Well, when do they start to hit on the Dominion in the Gamma Quadrant?
Two
If I
more
said the name right.
seasons. We're really far from that. If someone knows more on that one, I mean, go ahead. But I think we're really far from that still.
Is that a trumpet that's doing
Yeah,
that?
pretty sure it's a French horn.
Yeah, it's the French.
Come over here,
The only,
baby, and
the,
French
only-
kiss
the
my.
only thing, the only thing that's French that is good.
French bread.
Or French
Hey,
toast.
we renamed that
French
the Freedom
fries.
Toast. Hey, we renamed all that the Freedom Fries and Freedom Toast after 9/11. Or y'all forget about
Yeah,
that.
I saw it. That was a very big explosion.
You weren't stuck in Manhattan at the time, were you?
I was about 6-7 miles from from Manhattan. I was just in the middle of Queens, but I could see, you know, I had line of sight, and I made sure to go to a place where I had better line of sight. And at different times on 9/11, I was in like 3 different counties. Like you went and checked on everybody you knew that day.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was a cover.
Why is she smiling?
Oh my god, she seems so vapid and just not with it right now. I'm used to like once she got the hang of this and was being convincing. Wow, she is so she's the weakest member of the cast by far.
Yeah.
Well, Akira at least has the excuse of it was supposed to be Ensign Rowe, and they just gave her all the same traits and cast another actress. They did no work on making Major Kira real. They're doing that on the fly, but they botched Dax.
Yeah, she is
They're just using the cop show format. So because we're not going to leave the space station, we're going to have a cop show, and we're going to do it on the space station. And what we have here is bad cop, intense cop, Kira, and calm cop who's too old for this shit, Danny Glover. I mean, Sisko. Quark, go turn off the simulation that they call Star Trek Discovery. Go turn that porno program off.
Or it's catching on. Odo right here.
I love how I can always just blackmail Quark. What the fuck?
Probably a virus that's going around the station now.
Why would Dr. Bashir be able to do anything for him? What does he have to work with except some sticky pad notes from the guy who used to research Odo? He should call the people from the evil experiment they're running in the Picard show that's going on at this time. They have thousands of changelings they could tell him about. Why wouldn't he lose his shape when he was unconscious? Shouldn't he have just been like a very wet suit and some like fluid?
That suit is him as well.
I thought he actually put on a suit, but let's be honest. Yeah, you're right. We saw that in the last episode. But one, why would Bashir be able to help him? And two, how come he can hold his shape when he's unconscious when he couldn't do it in the last episode with no explanation at all?
That's probably a subconscious command in his so-called brain.
If he said I had like an OCD spasm and I couldn't stop thinking, that would be like okay and still freeze him. But they don't. They just walk away from a problem.
With their rising here, Admiral Teague.
No, we're not. We found out the rules of the last episode are not applying to this episode. He can't hold his shape when he's not conscious. They just fucked up their own rule. Because of this episode, we have to carefully rewatch the last one and write down every rule about what he says, what happens when he can't hold his shape. Because we just played it off like it was sleep deprivation, and after a while, you just black out and fall asleep, no matter how much you want to stay awake.
It is a Bajoran station. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. You're just administrator.
He can pull Starfleet and leave and pull Federation backing from her planet, though. He can declare them sociopaths and take the whole Federation out of town tomorrow. And also, isn't he God to them? Because of the wormhole thing?
Oh boy, and I think we all know what's going on here. There's some type of thing going around the station that's altering the personalities right here.
Oh, I think I remember this one now. Yeah, people are becoming aggressive. Odo is more suspicious. Quark is more underhanded. I guess OCD will be Chief's thing.
Is it just a virus in the air, or is it something that's going on? I mean, something from the ship that exploded, obviously.
I don't know yet.
At this point, it could even be the wormhole.
And here's O'Brien acting up here.
See, here we go. They gave you an exact measure of Sisko's power right after she tested.
Tell me,
God, this is like a soap opera.
I wonder if this thing brings out the suppressed suspicions and hidden feelings between the characters. Like they show their true feelings or their true thoughts now because of this virus or whatever it is that's causing them to act.
And Dax is truly empty, so she's just unchanged.
Yeah, exactly.
Her like directives was like, go in there and be gorgeous, Terry. She's like, oh, okay.
Oh boy. Oh,
barely Loxana was enough for him last night.
Yeah, ladies' man Odo.
Well, that's because he can shape it just right, for who's ever he's with. You getting what I'm saying?
Chicks like shifty guys with ill-defined personalities.
So I take it you're a ladies' magnet then, Admiral Teague?
Oh! Slight variance in the port shields. Incoming fire. Got a yellow alert.
Yeah. Do you want to get some you want to get let's see here. Who is that engineer?
They're messing up. The only thing they really have going for them here is that Kira's really hot, and we decided to film her from the behind her ear for like 3 whole minutes, emphasizing that she just has a pretty bad haircut. But yeah, she's descended into like manipulation. That's her Bajoran supremacy. And by the way, that's the Chief's other trait is he's a kind of a Federation supremacist.
What she is?
No. O'Brien is a Federation supremacist, and absolutely Kira is a Bajoran supremacist. It's preposterous.
Well, they probably hide their true feelings out in public, and they probably show those in private.
No, Chief O'Brien is like openly thinks the Federation is just the best way of life and the only people you would ever want to serve, and thinks everyone else is kind of whatever. Like he doesn't care. He's Federation all the way, to the point that his wife gets fired from working at the Deep Space Nine school for being a propagandist.
Yeah. I think their black box got a little damaged.
Yes. You think how much money they saved on Klingon makeup, though. They just used old Klingons and messed with the feed. Wow, that is so uncharacteristic of a Federation officer. And look at Dax, he's just blank.
Well, they're all being just extremely honest.
You know what it is? It's enemy within. Everyone's been through the transporter and has come back only as their ego without any governing instincts. And Odo's not affected by it the way Spock isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quark's being Quark here. He's inventing new ways to make money. Oh, thank God, something to do with her personality. Anything.
I think Quark's immune too.
It's possible that because he's so hyper focused that he's like a Toydarian, you know, mind
No,
tricks
the
don't work on
Ferengis
him,
have a
only money.
the Ferengis have an elevated immune system. We learned that in the episode Babel.
I think they also have elevated levels of like natural skepticism that keeps them from being hypnotized or suggested. They would probably be the most resistant to any kind of suggestion, but more resistant to like a money suggestion or like an appeal to an emotion like greed. We're all going to be happier when Terry's boobs get a lot bigger next season.
From her,
She get bigger
from
boobs.
her.
Did she get bigger boobs or a smaller uniform?
Much bigger boobs and a much smaller uniform. And I think it's next season. We upgrade a lot of stuff in season 3 too, because right now they are getting attacked at the Star Trek. The Star Trek writers for this one are getting attacked for writing a terrible show where they never go to planets that isn't Star Trek.
Tell me, does actress the play stacks, did she have a child between seasons, or did they just give her a
No,
smaller
she
uniform to
had
squeeze in?
surgery.
Oh,
She had
to enhance
cosmetic
them?
surgery at some point during the run of this show, like early on. Remember, she finally has money. She was like a movie actress before this, but she wasn't in like 3 movies a year. And you can see she's not so great, but she's gorgeous. She's Mickey Rourke's fiance, so she's getting work. Like they're honestly hoping that Mickey Rourke will do an episode out of this, is possibly one of the reasons she gets hired. She drunk? I think the deal is her symbiont is like drunk.
Mhm.
She is so hot. Yeah, we get away with from this dynamic. I mean, even Kira can't take it. It's like airplane.
Yeah. So she's performing a cue.
She is. She's hard cooing. She might have the right to do this, but she needs to make a phone call back home and get like the Vedics and the Kais on board with her and like use the Bajoran government. But look, she's gone full on bad cop.
Oh
She's a
shit!
full on bad cop and girl boss maniac. If he wasn't supposed to be smaller and lighter, that would be offensive. He is a little gnome man, so okay.
Oh, that door is.
Ah, he's got a con man collar. You might be right about these two being unaffected.
Yeah.
Does Cisco now start like working on a? I think the next thing he's going to do is start taking apart a clock and acting like Louis the 14th.
Yeah. Maybe I can figure it out. It'd be Odo. It'd be Odo.
Well, we got two different, they're both aliens, so it makes sense. Notice again, our two oldest actors are the ones who are kind of pulling this off for us. Odo and Quark had the best scene so far.
Well, Odo and Quark always have good scenes together.
They're the oldest, most experienced actors. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, watch, this scene will be good too, because this guy's a good actor as well.
Yeah, Sisko knows, or not Sisko. Odo knows something. Hmm.
So what I miss?
No, they're all acting weird. Odo got his, or not Odo. Quark got his neck broke by Kira. Kira threw him across the bar.
Kira has super strength, because that was still, I'm coming to terms with the fact she picked him up and threw him 5 feet and broke his neck.
And it's just a one episode thing, huh?
And we have a TOS prop, and he is making clocks, like I said. Sisko is just only just so good an actor himself. Sorry. I think that's a TOS prop, and I think he's designing a clock, right? Let's see. Yes!
Uh,
I remember this one. See, when I see an episode of Star Trek, the details stay in my mind, but I might forget when and where they come in the continuity. But when it took a long time for me to start turning off Deep Space Nine episodes halfway through because they were so bad. It just never gets better until Worf shows up. And even then, some episodes can fall right off a cliff. How are you going to seduce a soup man, lady? What is going on in your brain?
hey, she just wants him to.
I mean, what's the deal? Kira told Terry Farrell, like, you can't act, go to my doctor, because it looks like she's sporting some upgraded fun bags. She's pretty young though. What is she, like 25 here? The problem is she could do this. She just has to make a couple of phone calls. Chances are she can convince most of the people on her planet she's right.
Yeah.
Well, they have the station, they have the wormhole. The station has some armaments. They could go like full militant and just start making like guns and like ships all day, guard the edge of the wormhole and charge taxes. They're in a very strong position. The Federation needs them. They could negotiate a better deal. But on the other side of the coin, they'll be vulnerable for like the first 10 years and the Cardassians will come back tomorrow. So that's their only argument.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean she couldn't pull that off, though. We don't know how far this goes. The planet could be affected. People have left the station for the planet since this happened. They put Majel Barrett's voice through a filter because it's like partially the Cardassian tech or some kind of effect.
Uh, Sisko changed voices here too. Mm.
I'm surprised they didn't also say to control the world.
Yeah. And hey, Jim, how's it going? He goes, hello. And
Hey, Jim.
Snorty says, listening to say hello to Jim. Yeah. Only one more level. Yeah. Civil War on the it ups.
We are reaching the climax of this episode, aren't we? We're down to the last 15 minutes or 10 minutes.
Maybe they smacked some personality into her character there. That blow to the head could only have helped. Maybe a hard reboot there. Their transporter is cool sounding. If we're to believe that Odo is unaffected, then the belief of the writers is that he would only do what was right for them, because he wouldn't want the Federation to leave. How come she knows Sisko better now?
Uh,
Odo.
I like how she looks right at like Kira's chest there, and she's just like, I wonder if I've got like $8,000 to get myself a couple of those.
Yeah.
I do have to say, the actors are stretching out their muscles because I do like them when they play villains like this.
Yeah, I think I understand why they did this particular episode. I can tell you after. I'll wait till it's done.
Yeah, I totally forgot about this episode though.
I remember this one really well. This is when I started giving up on this show.
Yeah, but with that wreck,
Wait, so we had some sort of weird energy vampire presence?
yeah, I don't even remember this episode to be honest.
Be- I'll tell you what episode it's trying to be in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Telepathic Matrix. Not really mutiny. Yeah, he acted weird, but he was nowhere near as far out as Bajorans. He was just like, I need to get back to the other Federation people and get back on point. He was going to end up doing no harm. Him and O'Brien were paranoid and they were scared, but they didn't like go around killing people. They handled this fairly well. And this clock is awesome, and I think we see it for the rest of the show. It'll
As
be
a
in the back of
background
his
prop?
office. Yeah, it's like his version of Picard's fish, if I'm not incorrect. Okay, this is the deal. I didn't want to talk right over like the middle part of the episode. And hey, Tim, it's nice to see you. There's an episode of the original series called Naked Time, and they reprise it in TNG, and it's called Naked Now. And the purpose of the episodes was always to try to jumpstart chemistry within the cast. The first time they did it, they found out by mistake that doing that story was like second or third in production line from from the time they get that cast together. Doing a story where everybody was super drunk was like it freed the cast to kind of be emotional. So they do it again in the third episode of Next Generation. It's called Naked Now, and that's when Data has sex with Tasha and all that other stuff. And it's the same concept. It's like human beings start to become intoxicated if we're near a collapsing star, the right kind of a star. So this is the same sort of Star Trek episode, except they added a new element. What if the people were drunk and on cocaine? Because they're mean and drunk in this. And we do it again in Enterprise. It's like it's a twist on like a solid Star Trek formula. They've twisted it just a little more. and I appreciate that they took it further because they weren't just making like a bad send up of Gene Roddenberry's vision. They were trying to make a Roddenberry like story, but the part of themselves that they put into it, the methodology was still a little flawed, and here and there, early Deep Space Nine just feels like a soap opera, but like in Star Trek world. So yeah, I think they're trying to shock the cast into having some sort of chemistry. And we notice we went 2 episodes without seeing Sirach Lofton. So child actor back at school.
Hey, Boomer goes, hello, welcome, Boomer. You just missed the 2 episodes.
Don't worry, Phantom Boomer. There'll be more exciting episodes of Star Trek coming up tonight at 9:30 in just 1 hour, in 57 of your Earth minutes over on my channel.
I do have a question. If we enacted that plot here, what do you think will happen?
This one was so. This is a lot of the hallmarks of why I started to dislike Deep Space Nine, and started to have certain like trigger points where, like, if something didn't happen, I would turn it off. If I didn't see Garrick, if I didn't see Quark, if the episode was Miles and Keiko, things would happen. If I saw Quark, I'm hanging with the whole episode. If I see Garrick, I'm hanging with the whole episode. If I see the Doctor, I'm going at least 2 commercials. If I see Kira, I'm gonna like look at her till I'm done being bedazzled by her looks. If I see Dax, same thing. The episodes built around them usually aren't so great. Avery Brooks is a little bit one note early on. I don't know. And the fans were listened to, and then Deep Space Nine gets a whole lot better when we add Worf and the Defiant, and we add another dimension of characters, and we sort of put the A-line writers start writing for Deep Space Nine. Right now, these are like the Star Trek B team. They're trying to end out with the strongest next generation they can. And also there's some people writing movies. So like we're trying to have a AAA Star Trek writing team. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, but my original question, if we were to enact that scenario where we get drunk or we're on drugs and then another side of our personality comes out, would it be chaos here on this panel, or will we get along with each other better or worse?
If we were all drunk, I would do almost all the talking. Gorilla would be tangential and insane because I've heard him drunk. I don't know what you'd be like, but I'm guessing like you, but with alcohol. And it would be a mess. That's why like while I don't have any problem with people doing it, and people gosh knows they do, on my show I try to make sure that I'm sober when I do it. Like me drinking on YouTube just sucks because if I have even like 2 drinks, you can hear it in my voice. If you've ever heard me do like use your words with Sean with Sean Carter, like usually that's like 2 a.m. New York time on a Saturday. I'll go have like 3 drinks after my show, and if I do use your words, like you can tell, like when I'm talking, like I'm not different, but you can hear my voice is substantially changed. So it's just bad for me to drink on YouTube. Other people, for some people, it's a performance enhancing drug, right?
Yeah.
Well, some people say when I'm hammered, I get too much. I would say that with some people that actually see me have a few drinks, I get too much of a loudmouth on me.
Well, that was, I think, the first thing I said about myself, right? Inhibitions go away when we drink alcohol. In this episode, there was a second dimension. It was that they were mixing 2 Star Trek stories, tried and true, together, and then they were trying to do their own thing on top of it without reinventing Star Trek. So they weren't taking it way too far, but with what they tried to do, like its reach exceeded its grasp, but it did touch upon what it wanted to do. And we do see the good story and the good ideas in here. Every idea is good. The idea that we would be changed and made to have a problem. Now we can't have the star collapse, or because that's what happened the last couple of times, or the planet implode, whatever it might be, because we have a solar system here and we don't leave the space station. So this is now the weakness of Deep Space Nine on display. Can't get to the final frontier. will bring the final frontier to you. So what do they call it? The telepathic matrix? What a bunch of horse shit for a fucking villain, an episode antagonist. The telepathic matrix. What does it do? It's a non-malevolent energy vampire that leaves no cost. This was a little bit of a thin way to get through 44 minutes of Star Trek. They needed a little bit of a B plot. I guess the B plot was Quark and Odo kind of figure it out, but the B plot was the A plot on steroids.
You mean Quark and Bashir?
It was Quark, and actually Odo was unaffected too.
Oh well, I mixed up their names. I mean Odo and Dr. Bashir. I mean,
no, I thought it was Quark really who was more unaffected by it. Did Bashir come up with something? If he did, it was while he was like in La La Land. But I don't know if they already had decided that he is going to have the same kind of implants that Khan had, or the same kind of like DNA upgrades Khan had. Not all the same ones, but some of them. I don't think Dr. Bashir has super strength, only super intelligence.
Yeah, and did they sort of hint that in later seasons, or did they sort of give hints in season
Comes
1?
out. I couldn't tell you when. The thing is that Dr. Bashir is always supposed to be Star Trek Dr. Smart, so that's almost like a supercomputer or a robot or something. So he's already wicked smart. But when Dr. Bashir like has his parents come to the station, they just outright tell him that like he was kind of maybe a little slow, or he had like a shyness disorder or something like that. And like, so they gave him DNA treatment, or that they themselves, before he was born, took it upon themselves to give their fetus DNA treatment. So he was an augment, and they knew it was wrong, so they made it undetectable. So Julian doesn't get punished for it, nor does he get kicked out of Starfleet, even though they look at him extra close after that. They clear him, because one of the things that happened was he wasn't given all of the augment shit. Sort of figures into it. If Bird of Prey 5, RIP, were here, he would tell us everything, and he'd be yelling at me about the things I got wrong. I know on the other side of the Nexus, my friend, that you are just quite angry with me, but you know what? I'm doing my best. I'm representing for Roddenberry, sir.
I did find it very entertaining when the cast turned bad, because when they turned bad, it certainly did look like they were having fun being bad.
That was the idea, is that if everybody in the cast gets to act as much as they can and have fun acting and have fun with each other, that even if this episode might be a total loss, and I don't know, make of it what you will, it was like pretty good, actually. But like, even if the episode was a total loss, if next week the cast is looser, more syncopated, and has a friendlier sort of relaxed vibe that we haven't gotten quite yet, then you will have succeeded, and it wouldn't have mattered if you had one bad episode, because this is still pretty episodic.
Yeah. Alrighty, but I got my supper's almost ready here, so I think we're gonna have to wrap this up here. So thank you to the Phantom Boomer Explorers for coming. He runs a few movies on his Cosby channel during the week there, and then he puts the trailers for them on his YouTube channel. So make sure to check out the Phantom Boomer Explorers. Thank you, Story Pupus Cuber, for coming. And thank you, Jim's Landscaping LLC #1 Commodore Productions, for coming. He does Star Trek fan films. He does a little bit of mowing videos, and then he also does puppy videos. So definitely make sure to check him out. And thank you to Outlaw Bill for coming. He does.
What an Outlaw Bill thing to say.
Yeah. Make sure to check him out there for all your karaoke needs. He also does Westerns on Sunday. He has his Action Theater and his Buckets of Blood Theater. So make sure to check him out. Right.
Check his channel about midnight Eastern time tonight. He usually gets going right around then.
And 9 o'clock Central this time.
And Gorilla, you
Is
sort
it
of
9
forgot.
o'clock? Okay, yeah, he'll be going. He'll definitely be going. It's I guess then that's 10 o'clock Eastern.
Gorilla, you sort of forgot to mention Resolute Germ.
Oh yeah, well that's because all those
Feel
chats
better.
disappeared. Yeah, thank you, Resolute Gerb, for coming. He does. He'll have
Andromeda
Andromeda on
Tuesdays.
Tuesday. His Nerds Roundtable on Thursday. Then and Saturday morning cartoons on Saturday. And
Nerd
Fat
night,
Boomers on
I
6
believe.
a little after 6
Oh, sorry.
p.m. Pacific tonight. I'll be running the Peacekeeper Wars to finish out Farscape. Okay, then here's this Cosby link. Alrighty, so Pig, what do you got
I'm
going on?
sorry. You know what? First of all, I just heard from Resolute Germ. He's got a bit of a cold, so the germ has a virus. I hope he feels much better very, very soon. So we'll be one down, but I'm going to prepare to go solo. It's going to be fun, like the rock and roll madman. Admiral Teague will be back with another exciting episode of Star Trek Enterprise Sleeping Dogs. Listen, this is a fantastic episode of Star Trek, people. Let me tell you, we got one of the best episodes. We're going to strap on a great ride for Wild Dogs, the Star Trek universe. This is an absolute classic episode of Enterprise. Get your popcorn ready. Picture this. Our brave Enterprise crew drops out of warp near a gas giant to find a down and out Klingon ship. An adventure ensues at 9:30 Eastern Time tonight. Join me and my crew for another episode of Star Trek Enterprise. That's it.
All right, cool. Thank you.
That's
And
my
I hope
pitch.
you appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you appreciate the description for this one.
Oh, I was going to say something. Did you program a New York bot like I told you to? It was very authentic. I thought you captured the tone. Did you give it the same You used the instructional prompt I told you to, right? We would say it. No, what did you say?
I'll talk about backstage there.
I can't wait to hear this. It did a good job. It sounded like I thought it would.
Yeah.
When you said that you upgraded it, I'm like, oh, I think I have a clue.
Yeah. All right, Sci-Fi Cynthia, what do you got going on?
Well, to all your chatters and viewers and panelists that don't know me or know me, I usually cover for sci-fi TV shows or movies. I do crossover ideas on my YouTube channel. You can type in my YouTube name. It's the same as underneath the subtitle, the picture, Sci-Fi Cynthia. Hopefully my channel pops up. I do my Transformers Prime watch parties on Friday nights at 8 p.m. after Grills Walton streams. And I do my live streams on Saturdays between 2 and 4 p.m. Pacific time. I do crash streams with Gorilla and Resolute Germ if they will allow it. I try to upload a new video on YouTube at the beginning of each week to entertain my audience. And every new viewer and subscriber helps me, encourages me to make more content. And let's see here. Beyond that, that's all I have to say about my channel. And I'll let Gorilla ape himself out if he wants.
Alrighty. Thank you, Cynthia. Damn, I slept through it. Oh, sorry, Resolute Germ. Let's see. Tomorrow night we'll be watching the first Chucky movie. Then on Tuesday, we'll have our cigar lounge. Then on Wednesday we'll have Freaks and Geeks. Thursday, we'll be watching Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Then on Friday, we'll be reviewing the Waltons episode, The Song. The next Sunday, 2 more episodes of DS9. So with that, there, no way in hell I'm going to do the 330-minute outro of the song. So we're going to go with United We Roar.